but I thought that he was attractive immediately. Now the concert is where I fell in love with Trey. I was ecstatic, then sad again once they deleted it from Instagram. I felt like it was a privilege and an honor to be reposted to Armand and Trey's joint Instagram. Like, my temperature literally rose after I saw and heard that. And you know me and my jealousy issues, so you already know that it got under my skin. Stuff like that stressed me out. I started to experience pain in one of the hinges of my jaw. I looked it up and found out that the pain that I was experiencing was from, he saw that and then he DM'd me saying, "Hey, have a good day, love you." And I wanted to cry tears of joy. The sneak peek for the video was out and it bothered me. And sure enough, Trey was in the doggone video. Friend sitting on Trey's lap. And that upset me. I remember I went to bed that night and I cried my eyes out. I remember thinking, keyword thinking, that I wanted to die. And thought, what was the point of living if I couldn't have Trey? Look at that. Catching feelings makes you do crazy things, makes you think crazy. That's why I'm not doing it again. That's why I'm never doing this again.
You are watching a master work.
What's good, Club Pinky? Back at it again with another story time video. I know it has been a very long time since I've done a story time, but now you guys are in for another treat. In this video, I'll be telling the story about how I nearly lost my mind over a celebrity crush. If you guys have been following me for some time, you should already know who I'm talking about. If not, just continue to watch the video. And I just want to drop a few disclaimers. This video is not made to disrespect anybody's relationship. You guys will understand why I'm saying this later on in the video. And experiencing jealousy over someone that you have romantic feelings for is a normal thing, not a mental illness, and screw whoever thinks so. And if you guys are excited about hearing another story time from me, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and join Club Pinky, and if you have joined, press that bell so you can be part of the notification squad and know whenever I post videos. And I almost forgot, thank you guys so much for 2,000 subscribers. We made it. Only way is up from here. So, without further ado, let's get into this story time. This wonderful, crazy story started all the way back in late July 2017. And around this time, life was great for me. You know, my low-key, miserable, stay-at-home / unemployed lifestyle was a thing in the past. I started working a retail job that I grew to love immediately. I lost 10 pounds a few months before, got my driving permit, my hair was growing. I let go of my feelings for this guy named Alistair, who I was infatuated with for 4 years, and Chaz, who I was infatuated with for 5 years. If you guys want to hear the crazy story about those two guys, check out my Storytime playlist. You will not be disappointed. And best of all, I developed a crush on one of my coworkers, which made work 100 times better whenever we worked together. Plus, being scheduled to work with him gave me something to look forward to. So I was at home from work on a cloudy morning / afternoon in late July. I didn't have anything to do, so I was just laying on the couch on my phone watching YouTube videos. And I had a video that was recommended for me. It was by Little Perfect. Back then, Little Perfect was known as Perfect Laughs. And I'm sure that most of you guys know her as Jazz from the Jazz and Tay YouTube channel today. So I will just call her Jazz. And the name of the video that was recommended was titled, "We Are Dating Prank on Armand and Queen." Not to mention this was a golden time for YouTube. Popular YouTubers Chris Sales, Armand and Trey, Queen Naja, Taylor Girls, I'm Just Airy, and Perfect Laughs were all collaborating together in Houston for part of the summer. And they made lots of great videos together. These guys were like pioneers for the YouTube influencer / prankster community. They started something great. But back to what I was saying. Armand and Trey happened to be featured in Jazz's video. I had no idea who Armand and Trey were until I stumbled upon this prank video. And I didn't know that they were Vine famous a few years before or R&B singers either. The first brother in the duo that I saw in the video was Trey. Traylor. But I thought that he was attractive immediately. In this particular prank video, he had his hair in a perm, was wearing a white beater, basketball shorts, and a blue bandana around his head. And he had braces back then. I liked him immediately. And I never caught feelings for someone whenever I first saw them. Like, that was rare. I subscribed to Jazz's channel, then I subscribed to Armand and Trey's channel, just because I thought that Trey was attractive. The duo's YouTube channel was almost at 1 million subscribers at the time. But I did a good thing. They did go on to post some awesome content and are still my favorite YouTube creators up to this day. Armand and Trey posting to YouTube made me happy. Something else to look forward to. My life was practically perfect around this time, and I cannot emphasize that enough. I remember I was kind of jealous when Armand and Trey collaborated with these twins that they went on to date in the future. I wasn't in love with Trey at the moment, but I would get a little jealous whenever I saw him and his girlfriend. He didn't really post his relationship with the twin on social media. Things started to fall apart for me a little bit. Just a little bit. My workplace crush was no longer employed at my job because he was seasonal and wasn't kept as a regular associate, which saddened me. I miss him up to this day. And part of the YouTube group that Armand and Trey were a part of stopped collaborating. This goes to show how I depended on other things to make me happy. But at least I still had my job and my health. But things just weren't the same anymore. I often find myself looking back into the past at those good times, when I should be looking forward. But I still had Armand and Trey's videos to keep me going. They were still going crazy with the prank videos with their friend Jazz, since they moved into their first house with her together in late August 2017. I was such a big fan that I turned on their notifications to know whenever they posted videos. You already know that I would tune into videos to watch Trey and stare at him. I remember when Trey finally made his a personal Instagram, because you know they have back then a duo Instagram, so they decided to make their own personal Instagrams. I remember following him, and I think one of the first pictures that he posted was a picture of Beyonce in the her Love on Top music video, because you know that's Trey's celebrity crush, Beyonce. And he told her, he was telling her happy birthday, whatever, and he says that he's putting her love on top and stuff like that. Yeah, I just have to remember that he had only like 4 pictures and like 700,000 followers when I started following him. But I did grow to enjoy Armand and Trey's music. I'll admit, I used to be salty whenever they would post music instead of prank videos at one point. But I matured, gave the music a chance, and wasn't disappointed. Like, Armand and Trey have never made a bad song. Never. Armand and Trey had their first tour ever in fall 2017. Tour dates took place in Chicago, Cleveland, and Detroit. I didn't live anywhere near those cities, so I wasn't able to see Trey and his brother perform. Since I liked Trey, I wanted to meet him and his brother. They first noticed me on social media on Snapchat in January 2018. They were in my city and posted to the Snapchat asking if anybody wanted to pull up on them in the studio. So I decided to send the woman with the hand up emoji, and I was not expecting them to notice me. And I don't know which brother said this. I have a feeling it was Trey, because you know I know how Armand and Trey type. But one of them sent me a message saying, "Send me a picture, and how old are you?" And just the send me a picture thing intimidated me. I didn't want to get rejected, left on red, or called unattractive or anything. I know Armand and Trey were nice, but yeah, I just didn't want to get rejected in any way. Didn't want to feel stupid in any way. So I just didn't reply. I shouldn't have asked, because it is not good just to pull up places with people you do not know. Probably won't be a very safe situation. So for months, my crush on Trey wasn't that big, you know what I'm saying? Then Armand and Trey announced that they would be going on a national tour. You guys already know that I was stoked and had to buy some tickets. So I did. I paid for the Rockstar ticket, which gave me a free digital copy of the new Long Story Short EP, a chance to take pictures with them before the show, watch mic checks, and stay with them and other performers after the show and hang out.
Somebody lost a phone.
Uh-oh. It's me. Wasn't me.
Where'd it go? Look, y'all.
Is it on?
No, it's dead. I hope nobody left their phone. And they actually got, see y'all, they got the wrong thing though. This is a bad example. Why don't you go get the ones that say Armand and Trey on it? They over there. That's mine.
I was also promised a follow back from them on any social media platform and a FaceTime call for them. I did not get those last two things. Disappointing. 4 months after the concert, Armand and Trey's manager got in contact with me and wanted to arrange the FaceTime call. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it tonight, 6:30 or whatever. And then this happens.
Fortunately, Trey does not feel too well. And Trey does not want to call anybody not feeling good. He said, if I'm calling, them, I want to make sure that I'm, fully myself. But he's just under the weather. He called me a little while ago, so I wanted to reach out to everybody, not just via text. I wanted to give you guys a call. So what I'm going to do is once he's feeling better, I'm going to coordinate another day and another time. And I'll let you know ahead of time because I do not want you or anyone to miss a call. You guys have been waiting long enough, and I want to make sure that, everyone gets the call.
All right.
Okay, so this is my direct number. Please save it. So anytime, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, okay?
Okay.
All right, Jessica, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right.
Bummer. I really looked forward to meeting my idols for the first time. I was looking forward to meeting Trey for the first time. If something stressed me out like the week before the concert, I just thought to myself, it'll all be worth it. It's okay, you're gonna see Armand and Trey on Saturday. It's okay, it's gonna be worth it. So for the concert, I got my hair done, bought a new Calvin Klein wrist bag, and I got my nails done nice and long and glittery for the concert. The day before the concert date in my town, Armand and Trey were going to be at a Forever 21 store at a mall that I'd go to sometimes. The only reason why I didn't go was because I didn't want to sweat my hair out before the concert. And you guys know me, obsessed with my hair. I sit out on certain activities, sit out on certain events, all because of my hair. Turns out that at Forever 21, they did a little performance and took some pictures with fans. I mean, good pictures, like with good lighting and everything. I was like, dang, I should have gone. And some fans also got some free hats with their names on the front and on the back with the name of their EP. Up to this day, I still regret not going. I even put up a poll on Twitter asking people if I should go. Unfortunately, the results just had to be 50-50, so I didn't go. Another reason why I didn't go is because I didn't want to ruin the magic of meeting them for the first time. I mean, looking back, it probably wouldn't have mattered where I met them, just as long as I met them, and got the chance to take a picture, you feel me? It still would have been magical. So the day of the concert came, and absolutely nothing could ruin my mood that day. I got to the venue, and of course, they were running late. I got inside and I remember hearing Trey on the microphone for a mic check.
Hear that, y'all?
Then he peeked into the area where the Rockstar Pass holders were sitting, and you already know that I vlogged this special day. I'm gonna insert some clips from the vlog to help save time and to help you guys, visualize, how everything was.
All right, so who has a question for Armand and Trey? What's your name, baby girl?
Jessica,
And what's your question?
how did you guys be perfect laughs? Yes.
So I know us and Chris and Queen been friends for like years.
You forgot that. Are you serious? Are you serious? They're not done.
So at the concert, I got to stand up front in the front row. I got to touch Trey's knee while he was singing when he got close to the audience or whatever. And Armand and Trey were not the only people who were performing at this tour. They had Lucky Star, the Bomb Diggs, Nick Lavelle, some other guy. Yeah, and I remember when one of the other performers were performing on stage, and Trey and others were in the performers lounge, which was like on a balcony above everybody. There's like a window you could like see in and they could see out. I remember just looking at Trey at some points, even while people were performing, like looking back. The concert was great. I had a great time. I got to take a picture with Trey after the concert, but there wasn't enough light, but it was still a good picture though. Now the concert is where I fell in love with Trey. To set the record straight, he was the 10th guy that I had ever fallen in love with in my life. Yeah. I became an even bigger fan of him and his brother as artists. The morning after the concert, I woke up and I cried because the concert was over. I had such a good time and I missed Trey. I felt as if I should have bought another ticket for the last concert date in my state, but that wouldn't have been a great investment. I already paid $177 to see them one time. June 23rd, 2018 was the best day of my 2018 and one of the best days of my life. I started to become obsessed with Trey. He would cross my mind almost every hour that I was awake. Don't get it twisted, I did miss my workplace crush, but I hadn't spent enough time around my workplace crush to fall in love with him. I had seen Trey in person one time and multiple times on social media. I had only seen my workplace crush less than 30 times and I didn't fall in love with him. I just really liked him. I looked at Trey's Instagram frequently and turned on his notifications so that I could see whenever he posted. For like 3 months, I posted him as my Man Crush Monday on my Instagram story and even posted him as my boyfriend on National Boyfriend Day, knowing darn well I was single in real life. I created a highlight with the things pertaining to him. It's still up, but I have since renamed it. My stupid behind thought that if I tried hard enough, I'd have a chance to get with him. Like, I wanted to marry Trey, and he was the first thing on my mind in the morning and the last thing on my mind before I went to sleep. He and his brother were and still are my inspiration. When they started out online, it took them a year to get famous. That motivated me to take YouTube seriously and be consistent and hopefully become successful at it. So in late July 2018, I started posting reaction videos to my channel almost every day. And after becoming an even larger fan of them, I got butterflies in my stomach whenever they would post a video. I lived for their videos. Like my other crushes that I've had, I experienced jealousy. I even assumed that he and his best friend, Lucky Star, had something going on between them at one point. And for a brief time period, I felt like I had to watch her. Whenever he would post a video to his Instagram story, I would always check the background to see if he was with any other women besides his female friends. So there was this woman that he started talking to again, not gonna say any names. They would sometimes flirt and do inappropriate things in videos that they would do together. I noticed this back in October 2018. And you know me and my jealousy issues, so you already know that it got under my skin. As a YouTube reactor, I sometimes found myself reacting to videos that I did not want to watch. Some days I did not know what videos to react to, and I had no choice. I disrespected myself. Some of those videos included brief moments of Trey and his lady friend flirting and whatnot. It would make my blood boil and my stomach flip to see stuff like that. I remember losing weight and feeling down at one point because I thought that they were in a relationship because she called him bae in a YouTube video that they did together. I was hot. Like my temperature literally rose after I saw and heard that. Stuff like that stressed me out. I started to experience pain in one of the hinges of my jaw. I looked it up and found out that the pain that I was experiencing was from TMD. Temporal mandibular disorder. Causes of that condition are stress, grinding your teeth, and clenching your jaw, but I really think that it was just the stress. I only experienced this pain during 2 different periods of time, and they were months apart. I don't know how long the pain lasted, I'm just glad that it went away. I remember around that time, October 2018, I got hired for a second job and I had to go shopping for some new clothes for it. I remember when I went to the mall and I decided to go eat something just so I wouldn't pass out. And I really didn't have an appetite because I was stressing myself out over this social media BS. I lost a few pounds around that time and I remember trying on clothes, liking how my stomach looked better in them because my stomach had gone down due to the weight loss. And I've been insecure about my stomach ever since I was 10. And after I got home, I was fatigued from shopping and I was also sad. I also had some emotional baggage too. I remember when I got home, my mom asked me if I was tired or sad. I just told her that I was tired. Because you know, I don't tell her my business. And also around this time, Armand and Trey were hosting a Right Back challenge on Instagram where people would freestyle over the instrumental of their new song titled Right Back. And they said that the best 3 challengers would be able to be on set for the Right Back music video. I don't know if they followed through with this, but I was determined to see Armand and Trey. Mostly Trey, again. I wanted to be a part of history. So I posted my challenge. Armand and Trey retweeted it on Twitter and posted it to their Instagram 25 minutes before deleting it.
I put you before myself and I regret that. I cater to you and take you serious like a heart attack. Breaking my neck and swim in oceans to get nothing in return. You said we never be together and I'd better learn. I'll admit it. Sometimes I took things way too far with harassment. My online stalking skills were up to par. You made me lose my mind. 16 years old and obsessed, and when you cuff another female, I would just start to get stressed. Needed to open my eyes. Had to figure out that no amount of money or kindness could ever buy the love from a person who didn't even want to be had. My unrealistic expectations were the things that made me sad. You begged me to do this one thing that I said I'd never do. With self-respect and integrity, I just say no to you. I showed you love, and after all those other females left, I was still slept on, and I was the one who wanted to be kept. We could be together today, but it's too late. A step that neither one of us would take. Just wait. I mean, for real, you had me really messed up out here, son. I'ma sit back, relax, and just let karma deal with what you've done.
I was ecstatic, then sad again once they deleted it from Instagram. I felt like it was a privilege and an honor to be reposted to Armand and Trey's joint Instagram. That also tinkered with my anxiety/emotions around the same time that I assumed Trey was dating. With all this stress of worrying about who was doing what on social media, I decided to take a short break from Instagram. That is something that I had never done in the past, and I did it for my mental health and my sanity. And that break only lasted, less than a day? But I had to do it. I would still express a little bit of jealousy in reaction videos, but then I started to accept that maybe Trey and his lady friend were together. But then Trey posted to his Instagram story saying that he was single and he would never lie about that. Because people assumed that they were together because his lady friend's sister said they were in a relationship in a prank video that they did together. A childish fan of mine commented under one of my pictures on Instagram, accusing me of wanting to be like Trey's lady friend and being jealous of her. Yes, I was a little jealous, and I would never want to be anybody but myself. Don't get it twisted. And don't come to my comments or my DMs on some BS. You will get blocked. I went to PacSun one day and saw a color block denim jacket like the one that Trey had, and it made me think of him. I screenshotted some of his pictures because he would sometimes delete them because he thought that he looked ugly. I would always reassure him that he wasn't ugly whenever he would say that he was ugly on social media. Pretty sure that he never saw the comments. I remember the first time that he ever DM'd me on Instagram. It was November, a few days before his birthday. I mentioned him in my Instagram story and he viewed part of the story that I mentioned him in. Then I posted a screenshot of that, talking about how I love him more than life himself, and that made me so happy that he viewed part of my story. He saw that, and then he DM'd me saying, "Hey, have a good day, love you." And I wanted to cry tears of joy. I actually got to see Trey on his 20th birthday, and in honor of his birthday, that Friday and Saturday before the event that I saw him at, I dedicated my YouTube uploads to him. Every video that I posted over those 2 days were all about him. One of them was a 10-minute compilation video which consisted of clips of him laughing because I loved his laugh. So on Trey's birthday, he and Armand were going to be performing at a local roller rink in my city. And I was thinking about buying Trey an iTunes gift card for his birthday, but I ended up forgetting to buy it. So I got to the roller rink and I didn't skate because I didn't know how. Unfortunately, Armand and Trey were running late, and when it was time to perform, I really didn't have a good spot in the front because the people who had already been skating got the good spots. And what hurt me even more is that they didn't get to do the meet and greet because they had to leave. I guess they had a plane to catch or something. So as Armand and Trey were leaving the building, they had security around them, and lots of fans were like following them out of the rides. They even took pictures with some of them. But not everybody, because, you know, they have to go. And the only pictures that I got to take with Trey were some off guards in the crowd. Look at them. Just look at the pictures. Don't they look stalkerish? Chicks be like, we in love. But after that, I was unhappy. I really didn't have a good time that day. But it was cool to see Armand and Trey again. When I made a YouTuber edition Smash or Pass video, I rambled on and on about him when I was talking about him. You know what I'm saying? We have Trey Traylor from Armand and Trey. Honey, do not get me started. Smash. Off the top, I would smash. Smash. You guys already know if you follow me on social media, if you subscribe to me, you know I would smash Treasy, you feel me? I could go on and on about him. So in the year 2019, he noticed me on social media quite a few other times. So I'll just show you guys some screenshots of the notices that I saved just to save time. But a notable time was when he told me Happy Valentine's Day. He sent me that message on the 17th, but it didn't matter to me. I was just happy. I got that message from him a little before I had to clock into work. And I remember that day I was helping customers pick stuff up off the floor, all happy-go-lucky and whatnot. So, you guys remember that lady friend that I told you guys Trey was talking to? She also happens to be a music artist. This is early 2019, late January, early February. And on the social media, she stated that she needed a man to play her boyfriend in a music video that she was filming for soon. And I was under the impression that Trey and this woman were just best friends. And my worst fear was Trey being in that music video, taking on the role of her boyfriend. On the day she was filming the video, she posted a boomerang of herself and Trey on set for the video. And I was thinking, oh, maybe Trey is just there for support because they're best friends. Then later, the sneak peek for the video was out and it bothered me. And sure enough, Trey was in the doggone video. After that, I did not want to watch the music video because I was afraid that they're going to be all over each other and doing too much. And I just could not stand to see Trey affectionate with anybody else unless he was doing it with a woman that he didn't have feelings for and was just playing with her. And I allowed that little music video snippet to stress me out. Woo, girl. Then after that, I took another break from Instagram. Don't know how long it lasted. Well, I think it lasted like a couple days. From the stress, my stomach was upset. I didn't eat as much. I didn't feel like myself 100%. I remember sitting outside in the backyard just trying to clear my mind. Wasn't usually the person to do that. I only sit out back, when I'm trying to get some sun or get warm, you feel me? I was low-key anxious. And the day that the music video came out, one of my fans wanted me to react to it. So I decided to put my pride aside and react to the video for my fans and so that I wouldn't be anxious anymore. Just know that I have my tissue box right here just in case if I get emotional, so yeah, stay ready. They were a little touchy-feely in the video, but nothing to make me cry or pass out. To set the record straight, I was still in love with Trey, and I would get jealous over the littlest things. And I recall him commenting heart eyes on this one girl's Instagram post, and my blood boiled. I don't know if they were talking or not, but I just knew that they were friends with each other. So it's April 2019, and an Armand and Trey fan page posted a deleted video of Trey's lady friend sitting on Trey's lap. And that upset me. I remember I went to bed that night and I cried my eyes out. I started thinking to myself about how I'm not good enough for anyone or not pretty enough and will be alone forever. Yeah, I got bothered over the smallest stuff. Days later, Trey posted to Twitter talking about how he still likes somebody but is done chasing them. So this made me think that Trey and his lady friend were done talking and he was single, and I was low-key relieved. Now this part of the story is where I was at my lowest. I remember the date too. The date was April 23rd, 2019. It was nighttime and I was just minding my business, listening to some music. Everything was okay, blah, blah, blah. And then I get a notification on my phone saying that Trey posted a new picture to his Instagram feed. And I was like, okay, oh, maybe he posted a cute little selfie. And I opened it up. Boy, was I wrong. I was shocked. So guess what he posted? He posted a picture of his brand new girlfriend sitting on his lap. I was shocked. I was like, what? I thought he was single. I thought he was done with his lady friend. Blah, blah, blah. Like, then my chest started to feel a little tight. I didn't start crying. I just kind of accepted what I saw. I was like, okay, it is what it is. All right, okay. I'm just going to go on about my business now. But I didn't feel 100% normal, I went on to go watch TV. I couldn't really enjoy what I was watching. When I went to bed, my stomach was in knots. I turned on some music to make myself cry because I wanted to feel better because, it's not good to just hold all those emotions in. I didn't cry that much because days ago, I had already cried about seeing that video of Trey's ex sitting on his lap or whatever. Sounds so stupid. So I played some sad songs such as My Way by Frank Sinatra, Breakdown by Armand and Trey, Fumble by Trey Songz, and Lucid Dreams by Juice WRLD. I remember thinking to myself that I would be forever alone and there was no one out there for me. I felt as if Trey had cheated on me, and I felt like those messages that he sent me were based on lies. Trey and my workplace crush were the only men that I wanted to be with. I remember thinking, keyword thinking, that I wanted to die, and thought, what was the point of living if I couldn't have Trey? For the first time in my life, I felt like I was losing my mind. The next morning, I was still feeling down. I was starting to lose weight already because of the stress and sadness. It hurt inside low-key. I didn't eat as much. but I had to keep a normal face for my family and still go to work. I didn't share what I was going through with my relatives because I prefer not to tell them about whenever I had romantic feelings for people. I don't like to share a lot of things with them, to be honest. And that's just the way it is. That day I did TikTok videos to help myself not be down. That helped me a little bit, but when I was alone with my thoughts, I would still feel a little hurt inside. A couple days after, I could see the little bit of weight loss from the stress on my body. And my coworker / friend could tell too. I remember wearing this one pair of pants and they were low-key hanging off me. Here's a video of me that day. I find it crazy how whenever something bad happens to me or whenever I hear some bad news, it's always in the month of April. But a few good things did happen to me after that. I reached 1,000 followers on TikTok, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I got Employee of the Month again at work. When I would see people repost videos and pictures of Trey with his girlfriend, I felt how Hillary Clinton probably felt inside when she attended the Trump inauguration in 2017. I had to mute a handful of people that I was following, just so my mood at the moment wouldn't get ruined, you know what I'm saying? I muted Trey's stories and posts. I also muted the Armand and Trey accounts Instagram posts and stories. I turned off Armand and Trey's post notifications for YouTube. I unfollowed all of the Armand and Trey fan pages on Instagram that were not following me back, and muted almost all of the Armand and Trey fan pages that I was following. Whenever I would watch his story, he'd just so happen to be with his girl or mentioning her, and I just could not take it. If I didn't think about him, I'd be alright. I tried to move on from him emotionally, but I just could not. Then I thought back and thought that maybe I wouldn't have had a chance with him because he lived all the way in Georgia at the moment. He's famous, and I probably wasn't his type. And I thought if he were to marry someone else, I thought that I probably would have died. Day by day, things got easier. Yes, the fact that he was seeing someone else still made me sad. This is a prime example of how something that makes you smile can also make you cry. Just the thought of him going through my mind would just make me sad. I avoided watching any videos or looking at any pictures with him and his girlfriend. At one point, I didn't even recognize his girlfriend or remember what she looked like because I avoided looking at them together. And then that following month, in May 2019, I decided to send my workplace crush a follow request on Instagram since I thought that Trey was acting up in my book. I was so scared to do so. My friend gave me a little bit of courage, but I did it. I remember where I was and what I was doing when I was gonna request him. I was at work on my lunch break eating Panda Express. Then I quickly tapped the follow button and watched it turn from blue to gray. Then a couple of weeks later, he accepted my follow request and started following me back. I was happy. Armand and Trey performed at the BET Experience for the first time in June 2019. I follow Armand and Trey's manager on Instagram, and on her story, she posted a picture of a laptop that said BET Experience on one of the tabs. Then I googled the BET Experience performers for that year, and sure enough, Armand and Trey's names popped up. I just had to show up for my favorite brothers, and I didn't want to have any regret, like missing out on their Forever 21 event the year before. And in my head, I low-key forgave Trey by going to see him and his brother at the concert at BET Experience and at the BET Experience Fan Fest. There goes their mom right there. They're right there.
This song we got called Forever for those of y'all don't know it. Let's turn up.
Yeah.
We got a question this.
You ready?
Hey,
Yeah. Turn it up.
sing, bro.
You ain't got a question me.
Go Tracy! Yeah!
At the Fan Fest, Armand had finished playing in the celebrity basketball game. His team won. I was sad that I missed the game. They got to take pictures. They were taking pictures and stuff with fans. So I got there just in time, went to take a picture with Trey, and he says that he remembered seeing me in the crowd at the concert at the BET Experience thing the day before, and I was like, oh my gosh. We took like 3 pictures together. I also have a vlog of this great day.
Hi, Kate. Hi, baby. How are you? Good. You should have told me you was at the show. This is the Lord. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, MG.
I noticed her.
Where's your phone at? Thank you. I'm on over there. Oh my gosh, they recognize me. OMG. Posting this to Instagram ASAP.
The day of the concert and the day of the fan fest were some of the best days of my life. I'm so sad that they canceled BET Experience this year. For those of you who do not know, I am an Armand and Trey super fan. I'm sure that there are people out there who are even bigger fans than me. You guys want to know how big of a fan I am? I attended their first tour date that they've ever had in my city back in 2018. I've seen them in person 5 times as of this recording. They've noticed me multiple times on Twitter, Instagram, and 1 time on Snapchat. I am a member of their official Army Troops Facebook group. I created their wiki page on fandom and added all the information there to it. I have their manager's phone number, only because he tried to get in touch with me regarding the FaceTime call, which I never got. Then she called me one time and I missed the call because I was at work. Then I texted her back because I wanted to buy one of Trey's skincare products, and it has something to do with me putting in my address information something. Some people have asked me how I know Armand and Trey, and I always tell them that I'm just a fan. Like, people think that I'm that deep in their circle, but I'm not. I'm just a fan. I'm just a loyal fan. I just happen to get noticed by them sometimes. Some stranger even messaged me on Facebook asking me how can they get in contact with Armand and Trey. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I even wanted to get a tattoo of Armand and Trey's, logo, but I probably would have regretted it. And that is why I don't have any tattoos, because I don't want to regret them. When Armand and Trey and their girlfriends would go out to do fun things or whatever, I would feel like I was left out or whatever. I remember when Armand and Trey went to California and threw their mother a party in a mansion rental. I felt left out of that. They took her jet skiing with their girlfriends and their sisters. I felt left out there too. Listen to me, talking as if me and Trey had something. Look at that. Catching feelings makes you do crazy things, makes you think crazy. That's why I'm not doing it again. That's why I'm never doing this again. Okay, so it's January 2020, and I did something crazy. I still care about Trey, still support Armand and Trey as artists, you feel me? And Armand and Trey were scheduled to have a concert with Nick Lavelle. You guys remember Nick Lavelle? He was at the FIFA tour date. They were gonna have a concert with Nick Lavelle in Florida, and I was considering going. I was looking at hotels and stuff, looking up airline pricing, everything, and I cried real tears over not having anybody to go with. But turns out the concert was canceled. They didn't really announce it. They just deleted the flyer. You know how I found out? I saw Armand post something saying that he was back home, sick or whatever, back in Atlanta, home, and sick, and about to play video games or whatever, right when the concert was supposed to be taking place. And that would have been so stupid of me to go across the country just for a concert. Spend money for the plane, spending money for the baggage weight, for the hotel, all that. At least I didn't experience FOMO. So, where do I stand right now as far as my feelings for Trey? My feelings for him aren't as strong as they were before being hurt, I know it sounds stupid, but hey, I have not caught feelings for anyone new since 2017. And it is gonna stay that way. It might sound dumb, but having my heart broken over a celebrity crush really changed my perspective, as far as catching feelings and stuff like that. And I don't want to go through that cycle of being hurt without a relationship for like the 10th time. And I don't think I have any more new feelings to give out to anybody. Like, they've just been wasted over the years. But sometimes I still find myself caring about him a significant amount. I will always support him as an artist. I will always support him as an influencer. I hope you guys learned a lesson in this video. If you catch feelings for a celebrity or somebody that you probably won't have a chance with, analyze it. Ask yourself more questions. Do whatever it takes to protect your heart. It's cool to love people, but it's not so cool to expect too much and get disappointed. Sorry for the rush switch up, guys. I just had to get this done. I've been procrastinating. But like I was saying, I've basically accepted the things that I cannot change. I'm happy about Trey, who is about to become a father this November. Since he loves children and has been wanting some for years now. I wonder when the due date is. Is it gonna be on his birthday? That would be so awesome if they shared the same birthday. Like, that would be the best birthday gift for Trey ever. I will always support him and his brother as artists and as influencers. I am really looking forward to the new music that they're gonna drop. Since they're not with Warner Music Group anymore, they can release music whenever they want. It's September. They said that on September 10th they'll be recording a music video. We've been waiting so long for new music. Man, I'm ready for the EP. They shouldn't have teased us with those snippets. Then we wouldn't have anything. Then we wouldn't have had anything to be excited about. Yeah, and whenever this happens, if it's even able to happen, the next tour, definitely going. I might have to cop 2 or 3 tickets, you know, so I can see them more than once, because one time wouldn't be enough. I learned that last time. One tour date is not enough. Here's a little more advice for catching feelings for celebrities. Do not stress yourself out over someone who doesn't know you exist. At least Trey knew that I existed. At least he was aware of my existence. But I'm pretty sure that it was frequently forgotten about. I've already accepted the fact that Trey and I will not be together, and his girlfriend will always be in his life because they'll have a child together. He has had a big impact on my life, you know, as far as inspiring me to follow my dreams. He's made me laugh lots of times, still does. He never fails to make me laugh. I even started using some of his mannerisms in my everyday lingo. Like the phrases, you feel me, and you know what I'm saying. You know what? It will be easier if I gave you guys a list of rules on catching feelings for celebrities. Rule number 1, don't. So that wraps it up for this story time. Did you guys enjoy it? Hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed telling this story. Hats off to 2,000 subscribers. I reached 2,000 subscribers back in July. Really put off finishing the video because I've been working more. I've been saying that forever and ever and ever. Yeah, I've been working more often. I'm grateful for the hours, but it makes me lazy, makes me want to procrastinate whenever I get home. You feel me? Oh, there I go again, saying you feel me. But if you guys enjoyed this story time, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and join Club Pinky, because if you aren't part of Club Pinky, what are you doing with your life? I have a few other story time videos from the past. Might want to check those out too. I have lots of other types of videos on my channel. Check them out. Singing covers, vlogs, reactions. Check them out. We have fun here. As of right now, my upload schedule is once a week, you know, because of all my hours. Don't know if they're going to be giving out less hours at my job, you know, around autumn time or whatever, like they've done in the past. Yeah, we will see. But just know at least once a week I will post for you guys. I want to post more, but I can't. I have a talk show titled Let's Get Serious with Pinky Botzcowski, where I talk about serious issues on my YouTube channel. Still need to finish episode 2. A procrastinator. And be sure to follow me on social media. Follow me on Twitter at ILEMoreThanThis. Follow me on Instagram at _Pinky Botzcowski, and add me on Snapchat, Pinky-Bots. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!